I've gone to many places before, but this trip has been my favorite so far. Last summer, I went to Africa. It was amazing how fast we got there. We got there in about 10 hours, but it felt like 20 minutes. Where we landed was at Cape Town National Airport. It was really cool to see how it has changed from the modern day Pennsylvania all the way across the world. The first attraction we saw was the Castle of Good Hope. The fountain side was very antique, and they said that it took about 1,000 years to build. The doors inside were so big and were so welcoming. The second place was Camp Bay. The warm sun and sand felt warm on me and my toes. The water was crystal clear and had many seashells in it. I was surprised of how clear the water was because usually there's a little bit of trash or a little bit of discolor in the water. The second attraction that we got to see before we got to dinner was the Table Mountain. The view was amazing up there. All the pictures that I took were so amazing and the height was phenomenal. I split off from my group and went over to Robben Island. It was very peaceful and the view was amazing. I was really happy to go there by myself because I could have some peace and quiet to my own. I got to visit the lighthouse and check out in a helicopter how big the island really was. Next, we headed north up to Kalagati Frontier Park. The temperature was very hot and scorching. Thank God we brought water and we wore the right amount of clothes. The next place we went was Kabali National Park. There were many animals there, but the 6 that I picked out and that I saw were elephants. They were really big too. There were crocodiles, and they were swimming all in the water, and there were some that were up on the ground trying to come after us. The third was antelopes. Their horns surprised me so much of how heavy they are. Then I saw giraffes, my favorite animal of all. They were so big and they looked so friendly, but they said not to pet them, but we could feed them. We also saw bovadors rolling in the mud. And lastly, we saw a zebra. The zebra was walking on our path before we came to a stop. The next place we visited was Victoria Falls. I took pictures and swam in Dead Man's Pool. It was really amazing of how close you could go to the end of the waterfall but not fall in. The last park that we saw was the Chobe National Park. While we walked, we were greeted by all these chimpanzees. They were really nice, and they kept swinging from vines to vine. We stayed in these little small houses, but they were very nice and very cute. They were really warm inside. Another city we went to was Nairobi. When we first entered the city, it was nice, clean, pretty. But little did we know that behind all of the prettiness, there was an ugly side. When we got to the other side, we were shocked. The other side were slums. It was sad driving through there without helping, but we felt safe when we saw a couple of police officers helping out. We came across the dangers of Mogadishu. While we walked, we knew why people harmed us about buildings falling, cops everywhere, fights, and debris everywhere. The last city that we saw before we left was Timbuktu. The famous musque was very interesting how it was made of mud. It amazed me of how it held up. Those people inside must have been really hot. The structure was built by the ancient Egyptians and Romans. And these are all the places that I've been. Hopefully in the future I get to see more.